Please join me in welcoming the 57th Governor of the great state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul. And please welcome to the podium Joe Martens.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lake Placid and Mount Van Hoevenberg. So, one of the tasks that I like the least, because I'm bound to forget people, and this is an audience full of dignitaries, local electeds, but I'm going to name a few, and don't feel neglected if your name doesn't pop up. But we have a lot of electeds here today, and I have profound respect for elected officials who do, their work is nonstop, literally, morning, noon, and night. And today we have with us New York State Senator Dan Steck. Hold your applause till the end, and we'll give one big round of applause for all of them. New York Member Matt Simpson, New York Member Billy Jones, Sean Gilliland, Chairman of Essex County Board of Supervisors and the Supervisor of the Town of Willsboro, Don Dubuque, Chairman of Franklin County Board of Legislature, Derek Doty, Town of North Elba Supervisor, Roy Holzer, Town of Wilmington Supervisor, Matt Stanley, Town of Jay Supervisor, Tom Scazafava, Town of Mariah Supervisor, Ken Hughes, Town of Essex Supervisor, Joe Pete Wilson, Supervisor, Town of Keene, and Jerry Delaney, Town of Saranac Lake. And we also have Barbara Rice, the Executive Director of the Adirondack Park Agency. Please give them all a round of applause. So what a gorgeous, gorgeous day in Lake Placid. But as Mike Pratt is very fond of reminding people, the days are already getting shorter, and we're going to have the snow flying soon. So the woman I'm about to introduce needs no introduction. Governor Kathy Hochul is the 57th and first female governor of New York State. She's had a long career in public service, on her local town board, as Erie County Clerk, as a member of Congress, and as Lieutenant Governor. And since being sworn into office, Governor Hochul has pioneered a bold vision for New York's future, working with the legislature to pass a transformative budget that invests in public safety, clean energy, and affordable housing. She was born and raised in Western New York. Governor Hochul and her husband, Bill, are proud parents of 2 children and recently grandparents for the first time. She is no stranger to the North Country. She was here just a few months ago. She visits us regularly, and she makes no secret of her love for the outdoors or athletics. I can't introduce the governor without mentioning a couple of things that are near and dear to my heart. Prior to retiring here in Lake Placid, I was director of the New York Offshore Wind Alliance, and prior to that, the commissioner of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. And just 2 days ago, the governor announced New York's third solicitation to procure at least 2,000 megawatts of offshore wind. That's enough clean, renewable energy to power 1.5 million homes. Governor Hochul and New York State are leading the nation literally in the fight against climate change and the transition to renewable energy. Closer to home, the governor and my successor and friend, Basil Sagos, are working to complete the Adirondack Rail Trail. That will be a 34-mile recreational mecca connecting Lake Placid to Tupper Lake. It's going to be a game changer here in the North Country, and I can't wait to ride my bike or strap on my skis and take a trip to Saranac and then on to Tupper Lake. I think it's a safe bet that the governor is going to be out there too. But today, she is here to talk about the World University Games, which are just 6 short months away. We'll have over 2,500 athletes competing here from 50 countries. And thanks to the governor, we're going to be ready. Orta's venues are in better shape today than they were when they were originally constructed for the Olympics. In fact, they're among the best in the world. So please give a warm North Country thank you and welcome to New York's Governor, Kathy Hochul.
Everyone, thank you very much. Thank you. So happy to be back here. Thank you. I heard the music, the Beach Boys. I love the Beach Boys, but good vibrations. I sure feel good vibrations today, do we not? This is an extraordinary milestone. It's not 100 days or something special. It's 137 days till our big opening ceremonies, but I am real excited about this. And first of all, to be back here again is extraordinary. You know, the air feels better. The skies are brighter. It's just such a beautiful place year-round here, and I am no stranger. You mentioned, Joe, that I have a new grandchild, 2-month-old baby, and I was talking to my son. He says, Mom, like, things like Santa Claus and everything like that, like, how long does it take? And you have to tell her. I said, honey, when we brought you up to Santa's workshop at the North Pole, when you were a kid, you believed till you're about 20, because that is the most realistic place in the world. And so I've come here countless times to celebrate and bring my family here for camping and vacations. And so no one needs to sell me on the grandeur of the North Country. It is extraordinary. I do want to acknowledge, I know a lot of the elected officials were acknowledged here today, but just to give a special shout out to my partners in state government, because we need each other. We work closely together to deliver for the North Country, something I truly believe in. And let's give a warm welcome to Dan Steck, our state senator, and thank him for his service. Matt Simpson, our assembly member. Thank you, Billy Jones. We're working together a long, long time, even when you're in local government. And I thank him. And of course, I'll be walking the town with the mayor, and I've already been offered a beer at a brewery. Nothing new here. Hochul's back at the breweries in Lake Placid. So looking forward to working with Art Devlin and our supervisors and our Essex County supervisor and everybody else. But Joe, thank you for coming back. You held this position a while back. You've had a lifetime of public service back to Mario Cuomo and as head of DEC when I was lieutenant governor. I just want to thank you for saying yes. I thank the Senate for approving your nomination to be the chair, and we're going to do great things together. And also to have Mike Pratt as our CEO. We bring the top talent. We bring talented people, but people who really, truly love everything we're doing here. And I also am very excited about all of our friends in business, because when I first came here, well, not my first trip, but I came here with my official capacity as lieutenant governor to try and sell the idea that this should be the home of the next World University Games. And I remember sitting in a room with Betty Little, and we had our strategy. We talked about how we're going to get this done. Betty, and I just want to say we weren't going to let them out of the room until they said yes. And we did find out a short time later. And I want to thank you and give you a special round of applause. Let's have Betty Little stand up, our senator, always a senator, once a senator. She wanted us to bring it home, so we did. And we'll see you at the opening ceremonies as well. But I do miss your friendship, and we did a lot together in your capacity. So we got it done, and I remember saying, I heard that they had been in Siberia before. I said, you know what, Lake Placid, I think we could be a little more fun than Siberia. Okay. And we have more bars and places to gather and hotels and just a life here. So I am absolutely thrilled to be able to announce that we are making progress at this milestone. I also wanted to mention Ashley Walden. She's our organizing committee, head of our organizing committee for the 2023 World University Games. And Ashley, you're doing a phenomenal job. These facilities are world-class. We know that, but wait till the rest of the world sees this. Wait until the rest of the world, all these 2,500 athletes, over 100,000 spectators and families and friends, and there's so many great things going on here. And if anybody gets in need of any North Country medical attention, I've been in your emergency room. Spectacular as I was talked into. Don't ever ask me that. So it's kind of like a triple dog dare you. I can't say no to a triple dog dare. And so I was, skiing at the Adirondack Challenge over on Whiteface. And I'm an amateur skier for sure. But someone said, if not now, when? Are you ever going to be able to go down this practice jump for the aerials? And they said, it's really easy. All you do is you go up, you drop the skis, and you go up in the air and you land. Sure, sounds good to me. Go up in the air, drop the skis. I missed the bag. You're supposed to land on an airbag. Splat over on the side of the airbag. And I just laid there sticking my wrists in the snow because I knew that they were swelling up because they were broken. My ribs were broken. Got transported down. This is my first year as lieutenant governor. I didn't realize it was so hazardous. But the health care was world class. So we're all set there. So you don't have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. But, people have always come here. Lake Placid is just synonymous with international competitions, and that's why this needed to be here, and we're so proud it was here in 1932. We don't need to mention that. We know what happened here in 32. There's still legacy families, families whose parents might have been skaters or participated in the skiing. So this is part of our DNA. 1980. One of the world's biggest upsets in sports, the miracle on ice, and I love that phrase. Where was I then? I was a college student at Syracuse University. I worked in the local pizzeria to help pave my way through college. And what was my big job during that? I was the person who used to call out the numbers when the pizzas are ready. So I'm behind the counter. Pizza number 20, your pizza's ready. Please approach the front desk. I had a chance because I had a microphone when that game was going on. I turned myself into a sports announcer. I gave the play-by-play to everybody listening on my little radio of what was going on with that incredible competition when the U.S. hockey team, just a bunch of amateur guys and an inspiring coach, were able to defeat the mighty Soviet Union. So I've got great memories of everything that happened here as well. But to have this facility ready, we made the bid, we were here, and we all fought so hard to make this happen. So it's the first time in 30 years that these games are being held in the United States. Long overdue. It looks like most of you weren't even born back then. So it's something you can talk about for generations to come. But we've done it before. We've had the summer games in Buffalo in 1993. We had the winter games here in 72. But now it's time for us to shine again. And I can't wait to cheer on the athletes and all the excitement, but I do have a couple of announcements here today. We've already invested over $400 million into the past 5 years to modernize all the ORDA facilities. They are spectacular. I love coming up here every year and seeing them. But this year's budget, I said we're not done. We put another $105 million to finish the job, and so make sure that when the athletes come here that they leave with this sense that this really was a phenomenal world-class experience. So we've also supported the revitalizations of some of the other facilities in the North Country, all over the place, but also I'm going to be announcing this schedule today, so now spectators, you can get your tickets. The event will run from January 12th to the 22nd. There'll be 12 winter sports and 86 separate events. So you're going to be busy. We're all going to be busy up here. Tickets go on sale September 1st, and if you can't get out to the games, I'm sure you'll have love watching. What I'm going to announce next is that we've come to an agreement with ESPN to broadcast the games. Come in person if you can, but this is going to be a massive, massive platform to showcase the talent of these athletes all over. So I can't wait for that to be happening. But also, one more thing that's important. What do the medals look like? We get to design them as the host. We finalized the medal design, and they're designed by incredible individuals, the faculty and students at the New York State College of Ceramics at Alfred University. And they used recycled glass from Potsdam, so we're recycling. And they had developed a glass insert, a symbol of our state's history of innovative glass technology. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. Are they coming? Here they are. There we go. And let's see if Mac can give us a hand in showcasing the beautiful medals here. There you go. Thank you. What do you think of that? Is that going to be nice? I think that's going to be great. Let's turn it over. All right. Do you want me to put this on you? Sorry. How about over here? No, I don't think that'll work. Mac's not real excited about this, but Mac is going to be very chill when it comes time to showcase these and present these medals. So there you go. Here you go. How about that? That's really nice. So thank you, Mac. Thank you for helping us showcase those. So a lot of great things happening. The countdown has begun. We're really looking forward to just welcoming everybody here. And I know you're ready. As I talked about this, I said, we'll have the space. We'll have the workers. We have over 100 stores and shops. We have 100 hotels and lodging properties and almost 40 in Lake Placid and Keene alone, and restaurants and breweries, and everybody gonna be so busy, so busy. So I'm excited about that. And also, we'll have a chance to see the economic impact, which is the business community. We want everybody to know that this is gonna have a huge ripple effect when people come up here, spend their money. Over $250 million is projected, but I think we're gonna do better than that. And the better thing is, I think when the people first experience what they're going to have when they come here, they're going to want to come back. They're going to bring their families back over and over again. So these will have a huge economic impact. And so we're excited. We're in a great position. We're ready to go. And so with this, I'd like to welcome our mayor, Art Devlin, to come up and talk about how the community of Lake Placid is ready to embrace the world, embrace the athletes, and say, let the games begin. But also, I do want to leave you with one message. 1980. Before they had the big face-off against Soviet Union, the coach said one thing, Herb Brooks, we all know he's celebrated, what an incredible individual. Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's exactly what you have in front of us. Let's seize this great moment. Let's put the spotlight on this magnificent part of our country, our state. A huge point of pride for all of us, but particularly me as a governor who has fallen in love with this area over and over again. Take it away, Mayor Art Devlin.
And on behalf of Lake Placid, let me also welcome Governor Hochul back to the Adirondacks. It's always great when she's here. Lake Placid and the North Country have had a long history of partnering with New York State, stretching back more than 90 years. It started back in the late 1920s when the state of New York and Lake Placid partnered together to bring the third Olympic Games to Lake Placid in 1932. It continued in 1972 with the FISU World University Games. And of course, this was mentioned in 1980 for the 13th Winter Olympic Games. And more recently, the Children's Games, and of course, the World University Games, which I think is about 5.5 months away, coming here on January 12th. We in the North Country are well aware that without the partnership that we have had with New York State, none of this would have been possible. Without the faith, trust, and commitment from the state, our Olympic facilities, Main Street, and infrastructure would not be what they are today. I believe that all of our Olympic venues are world-class, just as has been said, and they are second to none. As Mayor of Lake Placid, I am on the board of the World Union of Olympic Cities, and with this appointment, it allows us to take advantage of any opportunity or challenge that comes our way. And in closing, Lake Placid is known as a place where miracles can happen. It is my hope that someday Governor Hochul will be back here announcing a further partnership with Lake Placid when she announces a bid for a New York State Olympics. And now let me introduce to you Executive Director Ashley Walden of the Lake Placid 2023 Olympic Game, World University Games. Ashley.
Thank you, Mayor. It's hard to believe, but at the same time, we're excited to be here. Less than 6 months away from the welcoming many of the world's finest university athletes to our beloved North Country region for the Lake Placid 2023 FISU World University Games. I'd like to extend my gratitude to FISU for entrusting New York State with the responsibility of planning and executing the largest global winter sporting event ever held in New York State. None of this would even be possible without the incredible support of New York State, and I would like to especially thank Governor Kathy Hochul, who has been involved from this effort from day one. Additionally, I'd like to take the time to extend my thanks to the Olympic Regional Development Authority and the Regional Office of Sustainable Tourism, who have been amazing partners in this adventure. I'd be amiss if I did not recognize the organizing committee team who have helped these projects come to life and are dedicated to seeing the success of these games. While this global and educational event is titled the Lake Placid World University Games, it spans 3 North Country regions and 5 communities, including Canton, North Creek, Potsdam, Saranac Lake, and Wilmington. Thank you to each of these host cities and communities for your continued support and enthusiasm over hosting these games. Throughout my international sport experience, I learned that the most defining moment in an athlete's career is the medal ceremony. We've been extremely fortunate to work with the students and faculty at Alfred University. They have created a one-of-a-kind glass insert, which will be the centerpiece of the medals awarded here in January. The insert is just another demonstration of our commitment to hosting the most sustainable FISU Games to date, and an integral part of our Save Winter initiative. On September 20th, we will light the FISU flame in Torino, Italy, the birthplace of university sport. The torch will then return to New York State and begin its long-awaited journey to Lake Placid. Today we celebrate our accomplishments while simultaneously looking forward to what lies ahead of the opening ceremony. We welcome you to join us for the lighting of the cauldron on January 12th of 2023 and witness the continuation of Lake Placid and New York State's sporting community. I would like to welcome Mike Pratt, CEO of the Olympic Regional Development Authority and the driving force behind these wonderful venues.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Thanks, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here representing all the employees of the Olympic Authority, and I want to reinforce what's been said and maybe clarify a few things and give you a little insight in how my brain works. But we've got such a powerful heritage. It's been shared with everybody. But our future is just tremendously bright. Here at Mount Van Hoevenberg, this is the home of 6 Olympic sports that train here, and we share one awards plaza. We've been trying to embrace multi-use occupancy. We've embraced sustainability, and we're going to benefit from this opportunity to do a once-in-a-generation modernization on these Olympic venues for decades to come. In 1921, Lake Placid hosted our first international sports competition, and that set us up to bid on the 1932 Winter Olympics. This site at Mount Van Hoevenberg was an original site for 1932. Also in 1932 at the Oval, we debuted for the first time ever a tiered podium. We're the inventors of the tiered podium, and it's just the little things that make things special, but we're very proud of that fact, a little piece of trivia, and we're going to try to make sure we have great podiums everywhere for these World University Games. In 1950, we hosted the first World Championship for Nordic that was ever outside of Europe. So we've been breaking down barriers. Of course, the 1972 FISU World University Games were here in Lake Placid, which led us up to the 1980 Olympics. These Olympics spurred tremendous growth in the Olympics because of the successes of the Americans, like Eric Heiden winning 5 gold medals at the Oval, each of which was an Olympic or world record. And the men's hockey team upsetting the the dominant Soviet team. This inspiration allowed the Olympics to become commercialized and grow. But Lake Placid, with Whiteface Mountain, greatest vertical in the East, is still the only Olympics where from any venue you can see every venue. And that's never going to happen again. The Olympics have just grown too much. But we're proud of that. We've kept our character, our values, and the expansion of sports and the inclusion of women's hockey in the World University Games means that these 86 medal rounds or medal competitions makes it twice as many as the 1980 Olympics. There's no way we could be successful hosting an event of that magnitude by ourselves. And we know we're going to be able to do it successfully because we can count on our neighbors and friends. In 2019, we expanded the Olympic region when Lake Placid's Olympic region became the first region that was ever designated a lead for gold community. And this status was accomplished because of ORDA's efforts at Whiteface Mountain in Wilmington and our efforts at Gore Mountain in Johnsburg. So I told you Whiteface, greatest vertical in the East. At Gore, they founded the first ski patrol in 1934. The heritage everywhere is very powerful. We're going to expand this region again with the help of Potsdam and Canton and Saranac Lake and the Great Escape Hotel in Queensbury, and make sure we pull out these events together because we're a community all working towards the same goals. If these games happened last winter, all the fields of play that ORDA has to operate would have been ready. We challenged ourselves, we pulled it off, and we're confident that we're going to have a great games. These recently renewed venues, many of which had not seen any investment or upgrading since the preparation of the 1980 Olympics, is allowing us to really move forward. And right after these World University Games, we're hosting the World Championships of Synchronized Figure Skating in the Olympic Center. In February of 2025, we're hosting the World Championships for bobsled skeleton right here at Mount Van Hovenberg. We're home of one of only 2 United States Olympic training centers in the country. The U.S. national sports teams are making the Lake Placid region their home, and they're moving here with their families to become part of our community. Para teams are included. They also train and compete at our facilities. We have Max Cobb from United States Biathlon here today. We have Eric Benaras of the United States of American Bobsled Skeleton here today. We have Jim Leahy from USA Luge here today. They're all going to be around afterwards if anyone wants to talk sport. We also operate Bel Air Mountain in the Catskills, which extends our reach. And the heritage at Bel Air is powerful. They were the home to the first chairlift installed in New York State. So in summary, we're stronger together. We have a great future ahead of us. Sports and competition are unifiers, and we have a great team. So thank you very much.
Thank you for attending today's event. We wish you a safe travel home and look forward to seeing you at the games.